People think that the millionaires don't help the middle class. Before this renovation, Santanella was a highway town. Now it's a destination. You want to make a trip from the Bay Area and spend the weekend here. So before it was just, oh, on the way there, there's a hotel, I'm gonna stop there. No, now this place is a place that you want to come, even if you're like in San Francisco, because this is an oasis in the middle of the desert. Remember, we saw all around us, it's all brown dirt. But you're here, look at that water feature over there. We built that water feature, by the way. So the rich also help not only middle class, but the business owners too. The small businesses. The small businesses, it's like a big chain.
Hiring us to work on their stuff.
Yeah.
And then you hire employees.
Yeah, it's amazing what only one person did. You know what I mean? It's amazing. I think it's amazing. Yeah, he helped the people. He's helping the town. I think this town is happy to have this on their town. This is amazing. And it's, look, we walk in here, no one said anything. We just walk in here, like anybody can walk in here. You don't have to be rich. I think when we point our finger to a rich guy versus a middle class guy, I think we're wrong. Just connect all the dots and see what's right, what makes sense. I remember working for the previous owners of this place, and man, it was depressing coming here. It was really bad.
Only grass.
It was only grass, but the whole conditions, the entire conditions of the place, it was depressing. Now, it's like you want to be here. It's like a privilege to be here. It's actually nice.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you. So I appreciate, because of you, you know, a lot of people are appreciating this. If it wasn't for you, we would have never had this here.
Rich people are the ones who bought the first flat screen TVs to drive the price down.
And it's not only a rich person, you gotta be rich and crazy. Because to have the willing to put money into this place, you gotta have a vision. And man, he was right, because this place gets packed.
Does?
This place is popular? Yeah, it's popular. They blame like the homeless and all that. They blame it to the rich. I don't really believe that. I believe in going to the store with your 5-year-old son, and the 5-year-old son asks for candy, and you give him candy, knowing that it's not good for your son. Because you love him so much, you want to give him the candy, but you're actually causing harm to your son, to your own son. That's the way I see it. I see an employee working for a company, and because of the system allows that employee to collect disability just by saying, I can't work because my butt hurt or whatever, you know? And in most cases it's true, but in some cases it's not. So people take advantage of that, and then they go home, and then they realize that if they keep saying the same thing, they don't have to go back to work. So when you realize that you don't need to go back to work because you can make money by saying that you are still sick, you're not well. And again, it's not all cases, but some cases do. So what do? You go to the doctor, and because you are not well, the doctor's gonna give you more prescriptions, right? Because I want to be home, and I got to pretend I'm sick, you know?
I don't like broccoli. Yeah,
so when I go to the doctor, I gotta go and I gotta pretend that I'm like really bad. I gotta be sick, right? So give me more medicine, because I have anxiety because I didn't work for so long. So I got this anxiety attack, and give me more medicine for that. Give me, oh, now I feel stressed because of this. Now, give me more medicine, right? So the doctor's giving me more prescription. And then before you know, you're addicted to that prescription, right? And you want more. So it's like, you know that if you keep going for more, you're gonna get more and more candy, because mom is gonna give you candy all the time. Your mom doesn't say no. Oh, I said I want it, and I get it, right? So guess what? Before you know, you're addicted to candy. You're addicted to drugs.
Because your parents enabled you.
And then the system allows you to do that. And guess what? The system will allow you to live on the street, because you're like, okay, if I don't work, I'm making this much money, and I have to pay $2,000 rent a month. But if I don't work, I don't have to pay $2,000, and the government will give me $700 a month.
I can live in a tent.
Yeah, I can live in a car, and I get paid. I don't have to spend $2,000, and I get $700. I get a cell phone. I get Medicare. I get all this. So it's like, there's no, to be honest, it's like brainless. It's like, it makes sense. Why even?
Be Republican.
No. Remember, I said I'm not gonna. No. I'm not voting for any other reasons but what's right. I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I'm not voting because I'm Hispanic. I'm not voting because you're white. I'm voting because, you know, you gotta vote with what's right? So before you know, they are addicted to drugs. They live on the street, and then we go, and then we feel bad for them, and they're like, oh, poor thing. We're gonna take food. We're gonna give you food. We're gonna give you all this. We continue the cycle. It's crazy. But if you have a guy, so you can have a homeless on the street, they can make a fire, and you can see the flames 5 feet high. You can see the smoke everywhere. No problem. It's okay. But if I burn a little pile of paper on my house or some tumbleweeds, I get the fire department, I get the air board. They give me $1,000 fine for burning. The fine. Yeah, they give me $1,000 fine for burning tumbleweeds. A little pile, probably, I don't know, 6 feet by 6 feet. It took like literally like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes.
Were you in city limits?
No, I was outside the city limits.
Okay, that.
So they gave me $1,000 fine, and then I had to go to class. I had to take classes for that, right? Wow. But and then I see a taco truck selling tacos on the corner, on the side of the road. And then the next thing I see the cops and everyone making a big deal because the guy selling tacos there. He probably is not allowed to be there, but the homeless, he can camp on the same corner, have a mess full of trash, really bad, and he's okay. One day we were fixing the sprinklers, and then this guy was literally, we were fixing the sprinklers, and the guy was hitting the sprinklers. And then we called the cops. The cops showed up, and the guy's like, "What are you gonna do?" He was sitting on a bench like this. He's like, "What are you gonna do?" "I have a knife with me. I have a knife." And the cop's like, "You have a knife? You're not supposed to tell me you have a knife." And we were like looking at the conversation between the cop and the homeless, and like, "Yeah, what are you gonna do about it?" well, you're not supposed to tell me that you have a knife. Yeah, but what are you gonna do about it? Like the guy is on the cut, right?
So he's like,
And,
hey, I don't have to listen to you.
and,
I'm homeless. I'm for
yeah,
hours.
and the guy's like, well, that's the property, it's a city property, or whatever damages that he was causing. And the guy's like, so? And then he walked away. And I was like, seriously?
Dang, he found the secret to the universe.
What do you think about this tour? Is it a political tour? Or
I think it went beyond the subject of grass.
In fact, we didn't even look too much at the grass. That was the reason why we came here. I don't know if you want to take what I said political, but if you do, it's up to you. Because that was just my perspective.